Hey everyone, this is Joss from LivingGirlLivingFoods.com. I'm actually on a little bit of a hike right now at an animal sanctuary not too far from my house. And one of my big things that I like to do as frequently as I can, meaning like at least once a day, I like to go for a hike or I like to walk the beach and just be outside, believing that there's nothing around me when actually there's so much more around me than I will ever realize. So many trees and animals and leftover snow, clouds, fresh air, just kind of getting this feeling, ooh, that's cool, kind of getting this feeling of being grounded and reconnecting. Another reason why I really like to do this is because spring's kind of coming around the corner. It's like a month away. I usually do a big cleanse around then, and I'm always kind of doing some sort of mental and physical cleansing besides like a juice cleanse. Okay. This path looks really slippery. And part of doing all this cleansing is kind of this thing I've been talking about lately with unlearning and learning things. Getting rid of what no longer serves you. Ooh, I almost slipped there. All of this extra stuff we tend to carry around with us. And we don't have to. We think we do. There's all these thoughts and feelings and things from our past that kind of hold us back from being the people that we truly are. And that also prevents us from being happy and healthy and meeting happy and healthy people and just overall feeling and being what we need to do, like need to be. So, whew, that was close again. So for people who were interested in kind of this whole idea of unlearning and learning things and I guess like finding your own happiness and what else? Being okay with being alone, because being alone isn't lonely. If you're lonely, you could still have company and it'll be terrible company. It won't serve you any. So I kind of have this little exercise like thing that I enjoy doing. And I've kind of formulated around this before for if I have issues coming up with something to write about or something to do, or if I'm just feeling stuck, like I'm being too negative, I like to come out for a walk like this and kind of just observe everything as if I've never ever seen it before. So when you see all of this stuff around you that you've never seen before, you start realizing that all of this stuff is here for you to use. Everything has this amazing purpose, and everything is so connected to each other. You start figuring out ways of how to apply that to yourself, and for anyone who is having this issue with any fruits or vegetables that they just can't seem to like, or this whole idea of eating a plant-based diet scares them, then try looking at the produce section as if you have never ever been there before. What do you notice? You notice the roots of beets, the beet tops that are so green with the red veins. Those red veins that are going through all those greens, It reminds you of your own blood and how you circulate. So it kind of helps stimulate that idea that beets help with weight loss and cleaning your blood. So maybe the produce section won't be as scary if you decide to look at it in a completely different way. Let's go this way. Try not to be scared of anything, but try to realize that it's all been put here for us to use and to love and cherish and appreciate. Also, when you're looking at everything as if you've never seen it before, take notes. What do you notice? How are you feeling? What are observations that you've made now that you're looking at a fruit or a vegetable a different way? It might literally look different to you. It might smell different, taste different. An idea that you had about how something would taste, it's probably not true at all. Once you go in kind of accepting no expectations, you get rid of whatever ideas you've had, you've unlearned. And now it's time to relearn things. I can't do this here because it's an animal sanctuary, but collect things that you find and document them. So for me here, I have a journal in my backpack. Sometimes I'll just sit down and notice things, anything about the plants around me, or how my breathing feels being outside. Just kind of taking a glance at everything around me and really loving and accepting any new observations I've made. There tends to be this pattern with things in life. I've noticed this especially for friends who are on the path to something really great and really amazing, and they've made so many changes, and it seems like this one number or pattern or vegetable or name, it keeps coming back to them. And they kind of, it's almost like a copy and trace. You keep your eyes open for that pattern to continue, so you can keep observing, you can keep an open mind. So it also helps with something like that to just focus on one thing at a time. Our intentions hold so much more power than we realize our thoughts. If you project something to the universe and you're very exact, and you really show that you have passion for this one thing, it probably will come to you. You just have to be very careful, very, very careful on how you phrase it. And you need to actively do things so that energy can come back to you. So that one thing you really, really want actually will arrive. So record all of these things that you're drawn to. Take notice to what you're drawn to. Maybe write about it, draw about it, surround yourself in it, talk to other people about it. There's usually a reason why we're drawn to what we're drawn to, and it can take us somewhere absolutely amazing. I think there's a reason why I'm always drawn to taking these walks and being alone. It's because I have a lot of personal things that I need to work on, that I've been actively working on. So opportunities keep coming up for me to keep growing and working on these things. Because obviously it is really what I need, and I am getting somewhere. So I hope that helps out. Woo, branch. I hope that helps out people who have been feeling stuck, or this whole concept of unlearning and learning things seems a little bizarre. Try out this little exercise I've kind of mentally made up for myself. And I think something that's really important for all of us to remember is that the things that we're surrounded with in our life have been put here to help us, to assist us, and the people in our life are really who we're supposed to love and cherish and appreciate that they're along on this journey with us. And somehow we've become obsessed with loving things and then using people. So somehow these roles have gotten kind of reversed over the years. And try to keep that in mind. It's something I'm constantly keeping in mind myself. Because when we start using people like that, nothing good could come of it. It makes it really hard for something good to happen to us. How are we supposed to grow? How are we supposed to love when we're not doing it ourselves? Using people like that it ends up just hurting everyone involved, and it gets really hard to get back on the right path. So that's why I like to come out here, come outside, and just be by myself for a while. Just gonna turn the phone so you guys can kind of check out where I've been walking. So I think it actually looks a lot lonelier and cold than it actually is, because my thoughts are going off and my breathing is going, my emotions are coming through, and I'm also talking to my phone. So all these ideas we have of being alone, or maybe going for a long walk on the beach by yourself, or at an animal sanctuary like this, you decide not to do it because you don't want to be alone, you don't want to feel lonely, you have to have your iPod with you, when really this quiet time is probably one of the best things for you in life, and it is a very cleansing moment. It's cleansing to start all over again. And just because you had one negative thought, or you definitely used someone today, doesn't mean that you're a huge failure and that you need to give up. You just start all over again with whatever the next thing is that you do. It doesn't have to take the next day. And that's all of these rules or ideas, whatever you want to call them. It applies with food too. We use food all the time to kind of hide our fears, to punish ourselves, to punish other people, to keep ourselves busy, when really we should be reflecting inwards, maybe going outside to a place like this and really confronting whatever's going on. So I hope that gives everybody kind of an idea of things to apply to your own life to help you unlearn and learn things, and also just to be a happier and even more amazing person. Thank you all for stopping by, and have a great day.